I got another basic strategy video for you guys today, and in this video we're actually going to be playing some double deck, but we're rotating between 8, 6, and double deck with this series. And I am just going to be playing basic strategy with these 3 spots, each one starting out with 30 chips here. We're going to be betting 2 chips for each hand. I'm playing basic strategy, but you can count along with this. In fact, you can use any counting system, as I end up showing all the cards at the end of these videos. I'm currently learning a new count on my Patreon. It's kind of where I kind of go over what that is, and it's in the highest level of my Patreon. If you are interested, that link's going to be below this video. However, I am not going to be counting using high-low in this one, obviously, because I'm going to go back and rewatch this video as I'm playing the basic strategy and see kind of if I get my count right or not. All right, that said, you can also count along with this, and maybe at your house or whatever, your kitchen table, wherever you're watching this, maybe you have some chips, you're raising and lowering your bets. Maybe you start out with 1 spot and you end up splitting into 2 spots as the count increases. That's always a good idea. And if you need chips, or if you need cards or discard trays or anything, you might want to go to Casino Supply and use my code A1BJ to get 10% off anything site-wide, whether that's chip trays, chips, cards, discard trays, shoes, anything there, 10% off. Use code A1BJ at casinosupply.com. All right, so without further ado, we're gonna get into this. Let me give it a shuffle or 2 here. Give it a nice little faro shuffle, and then I will also do some riffles and strips. Because it's double deck, we can do this a little bit quicker than some of the other ones. Let's go with a riffle, a couple strips. All right, and do that one more time. And then lastly, this one, I'll throw this one in the middle of those other 2 when we're done. This brings me back to my double deck blackjack challenge videos that I did all, I don't know, 50 or some videos of. And let's also maybe count out, I'm gonna go pretty thin on this in case you just want the practice and the reps. So let's count maybe 12 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we'll put the cut card there, okay? Otherwise, we got these 3 spots. I'm not gonna put in a burn card because we'll just show you this card at the end. We're gonna do 2 shoes of this today. Ready, get set, let's go. All right, so that first one we only left with a couple cards, so I went almost all the way to the end there. Again, pretty unrealistic, as I'm sure you guys will probably comment, as you always do, but I wanted to give you as much as possible there. All right, and then we're going to try one more after this, but if you were counting, let's see if you were right. I have us with a 6 and a 9, so depending on which count you were using there, it was probably at -1 if you're using high-low. This will get you back to +1. And some of my other counts I'm using too is also -1. So anyway, let's try it one more time. In fact, I'll give this a quick shuffle. And I think the count, I don't know if, I'm not counting right now, but when I was playing there, I think at the beginning it was positive maybe. Don't quote me on that, but it seemed like a lot of low cards are coming out. It's really hard for me to deal and use my my new count with this, as it's a level 2 count. So again, if you're interested in checking that out, that is on my Patreon in the highest tier. So we'll cut the deck here, and then 12 cards seem to work pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Stick a cut card in there, and we'll try it one more time. Two chips out in each spot. Ready, get set, let's go. All right, I'll try to do one more here. We'll see. See if I have enough. Might not. Nice. All right, and then real quick before I show you what these two cards are to see if your count was correct, let's just go over who has what here. This is still a pile of 10, and then it looks like this was 2, 4, 6, so I lost 14 chips in this one, or 7 betting units, you might say. Green was the only one that won. It still has its 30 chips, and then it has 1 extra. It had a couple blackjacks earlier in the round. And then this one lost 2, 4, 6, so it lost 4 chips or 2 betting units. So pretty typical there. You might have one guy that's a little bit up, one that's just barely below, and then one that's probably not doing too well. And so in a over two shoes of double deck. So let's see if you were right or not in your counts. This should still be at 0 depending on what count you're using, and then a high card to bring you back to probably the count was a +1. Now it brings you back to 0. Or if you're using a different kind of count, maybe you could check those out as well. Right, otherwise, just like I mentioned earlier, if you do want to get your own chips, go to casinosupply.com, 10% off using code A1BJ. And until next time, this is A1 Blackjack.